Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your Angel Number Day reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, I would like to send out a warning, making sure that nobody gets scammed by anybody pretending to be me, contacting you, offering you a reading, asking you for a donation. I will not be singling anybody out, contacting anybody. Please do not be scammed by these people going around pretending to be me, pretending to be other readers. So just be very cautious. Now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied with a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we have to be mindful of on this angel day, on the angel number day of 77, July 7th. So let's see here. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. I love that two just spelled right out. Now, let's take a moment to talk about this angel number day. Now, 77 is the repeat of the number 7, which amplifies the power of 7. Now, 7 is an astoundingly spiritual number. It emphasizes and embraces inner wisdom, intuition, understanding, discernment, inner strength, tenacity, spiritual wisdom, and an awakening into spiritual power. Now, it is also a time when we are connecting with our divine purpose. Now, with the number 77, this is telling us that we've listened to our divine purpose, and now it's time to put things into action. So this day is all about putting into action our divine purpose and seeing how it is that we are supposed to be living our lives and evolving during this time. So our energy to be mindful of, Queen of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So the Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It can be a very straightforward answer of be mindful of an air sign energy, or be mindful of people who play games with words, who I'm just seeing this person as setting up words, setting up things as a trap, saying one thing, letting you believe it means one way, but they really mean it another. I see this more of being a woman. This is coming across very much as feminine energy, or somebody who really goes out of their way to make you think that they care. This person doesn't care. They just like people to think that they do. Now, with the 7 of Wands, there's also a sense here, I think it's interesting, of the number 7 coming forward. There's something here that we are going to be battling that leads us to our divine purpose. So our divine purpose is coming in, and yet there's an energy here that we're resisting during this time because we have so much energy, so much chaos, so much overwhelming. Yeah, it's just like overwhelming frustration coming our way. So just be very aware of this, okay? This person isn't going to fight fair, which is how we like to fight Taurus. If we're going to come at somebody, we're going to come out straightforward and right to the point. This person, a lot more manipulative. So let's see our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Ooh, show me clearly. So right here. This is visualization. This is the third eye chakra. With this 77 angel number, there is a real sense of our third eye opening up, of us being able to see how it is that we want to move forward, what it is that we desire, where it is that we're headed, what it is that we want. There is a real sense here of of imagining. I like imagining instead of visualization, because visualization gets a bad rap and has been tried. Like, you know, everybody's heard of The Secret, and it just feels like, oh, if you can see it enough, it can be. But if you can imagine, if you can embrace it, if you can understand it without doubt, then there is a power to move us forward. And I think visualization, a little bit more abstract. Imagining seems, for me at least, just much more obtainable. So here it's that opening up of the eyes. It's the seeing who we truly are and what we truly want. So there's going to be some revelations during this time. A lot of things are coming into focus. So let's look at our tarot energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, that's really, really weird here, Taurus. If you are born on the cusp with Aries, if you have Aries in your chart, or if you feel so inclined, listen to the Aries reading, because a lot of the same cards came forward. I meditate on these. I shuffle them quite extensively before we even start the reading. So here, just be very aware of this. I would highly recommend looking at the Aries reading, especially if you have an Aries in your life, or if you have if you're on the cusp where you have Aries in your chart. We start off with the Nine of Wands. Okay. Actually, you know what? Here, no, the Nine of Wands coming forward, and starting here with the Nine of Wands, I was going to say the Seven of Cups is very important, but of course this is a 7 day, so that 7 would come forward very powerfully. With the Nine of Wands, we are quite aware of what everybody else thinks, what everybody else is saying, what everybody else brings to the table. The Nine of Wands is a chaos. The Nine of Wands is everybody else's opinion coming our way, and it becomes very overwhelming. This is a time where we need to be very self-assured of the way that we want to move forward and the way that we need to move forward for us. Everybody's going to have an opinion on everything, all right? If we do not stand firm in what we want, we will be swayed by the slightest breeze. So just be very aware of this. We also have to realize how far we've come, how much we have been through, and how strong we are. Now, with the Page of Swords, this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we're born on the cusp with Gemini, if we have air sign energy in our chart, this part of us is going to come forward very much as the student. So we have to see where that falls in our chart and how that leads us forward, but also we have to look at the ideas that are lifting us to new heights, to new revelations. This is going to be a time, again, of spiritual awakening, of inner strength, of tenacity, and it comes through our words. And our words are going to not be held back by the same restraints they were held in before. Now, this doesn't mean that we are caustic, or it doesn't mean that we, go against social norms and are just like completely rude and, unpalatable. What it means is that we're looking at things in a way that says, well, why does it have to be like this? And we start to question, we start to push boundaries, we start to see things in new lights and connect things in new ways to move us forward in a way that surprises us. Ideas are going to come in that surprise us. We're going to see connections that we hadn't seen before. And it leads us to the High Priestess. It leads us to that veil being lifted from our eyes. That's why visualization is so important. What we focus on, what we see, for better or for worse, is going to be what we call into our existence. What we're looking at starts to revolutionize us, starts to open up new doors, has us seeing new aspects, new ideas, new ways forward. The High Priestess is us looking at things in such an extraordinary way that we become extraordinary. We have a fantastic intuition. We are seeing people for who they truly are, not just the mask that they are presenting forward. That's why we're being told to be very mindful of the people who twist their words, who say one thing but mean the other, because we're seeing them for who they are, and yet we're going to be a little bit confused because it's like, well, I don't feel like I can trust you, or I don't feel like you mean it, and yet you're saying it. Just be very mindful of this. Also with ourselves, we're going to be calling ourselves out in certain ways that we feel stuck, that we feel stagnant, that we've been held back. it moves us to the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles for me is my vampiric energy card. It's the vampiric energy that has been denying us wealth and prosperity. The energy here that holds us to a place that we do not want to be. We're going to start to see that we're cutting the cord with those who rob us of our wealth, rob us of our prosperity. And there's a sense of balance. There's a sense of abundance coming in, because we're redefining what we will take and what we won't, and who we give value to and who we don't. With the Page of Pentacles, the Pentacles represent us in the Minor Arcana. We are coming through as a student. We are learning how to balance and how to incorporate this wisdom into our lives, how to plant the seeds, and how to say during this time, this is what I dream of. This is my day. This is what I want. This is what I need. We're going to be looking at things, especially when it comes to money or what we value as much as money, and we're going to be seeing new roads. We're going to be seeing new options. We're going to be seeing new instincts leading us forward. We're going to be looking at what we want in a very new way, in a very powerful way. And it can be that we're just kind of like tweaking our values that have been, leading us forward for time immemorial. So just be very aware of it during this time, that there's a prosperity, that there is an abundance, that there is a power to us, and that we're opening up doors that if we had the old mindset, or if we weren't being creative or innovative within our own selves, we wouldn't be able to walk forward because it would just seem too out of the box. Now with the Seven of Cups, this 7 time is having us really look at our dreams. Look at what we want. There are choices to be made, of course. And these choices have some hidden aspects to them. So as we're looking at things, we're looking deeper and we're going to think, oh, well, this choice would lead to here. And it's like, well, let me look more deeply at what I need, at what I want, at what this means. So just know that things aren't going to really be operating at a face value. We're going to have to look deeper into it, or at a first instinct value. We're going to have to look deeper into it. It brings us to the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords is this sense of, I have achieved wisdom through the hardships and pains that I have been through. The 10 of Swords is the darkness before the dawn. And as we look at the darkness, as we understand the chaos and how the world has tried to destroy us, because we've all been through those dark nights of the soul, we're going to see how we stand forward in our own power, in our own self, what we want, what we need, where we're headed, where we've been, what we have learned, what we had once thought, and where we now stand. And that becomes very innovative. That becomes our strength and the power of our voice during this time. We're going to see that it's through the pains that the wisdom comes. It's through the fact that we've walked through storms that we are able to see. We're able to see the quiet shore, but we're also able to see what is required of us. With the King of Cups, this is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is an energy that says to us, go deeply within and connect with your heart. Now it's interesting because this is where we found that we've run into some difficulties before. It can be that we've fallen in love with the wrong person, or that we've trusted the wrong person. When it comes to this time, when we look into our hearts and what we love and what we want, we have to look at what is a meditative practice for us. Is it going out and doing yard work? Is it knitting? Is it crocheting? Is it washing the dishes? Is it, gardening? Is it going for a walk? What is it that is meditative for us? Let us see what is causing the chaos within our own energy line, if we can visualize that going into our body. But also, what is it that when our mind is wandering and we think about it, it causes us to fall out of harmony with ourselves. We fall into chaos. So with the King of Cups, it's leading our world by the existence of ourselves. It's saying, this is what I want. This is where I'm headed. Follow me, great. Don't follow me, that's also fine. But I need to walk forward in my power, in my intuition, and in myself. And there's such a sense here of, I need to look at what I love. I need to look at who I am. New ideas, new prospects come forward. This is a time where we're embracing our dreams' energy, our life's purpose, our wisdom, our outlook for the rest of our existence. This is a time where we're looking at things so much more inwardly, so much more confidently, so much more securely for ourselves. It moves us to our energy to be mindful of, and it's the King of Cups, which makes perfect sense. The King of Cups is telling us that even though it is our greatest gift, we can also be very swayed by the emotional manipulations of others. We can also become overly emotional in certain situations, and become a little bit irrational when it comes to this. So just be mindful of it. Look at what you love. Look at if it's grounding you or if it's causing chaos, and see how you need to move forward because of this. It moves us to our chakra energy, which is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. Subconsciously, we know that things are transforming. We know that this is a time of being reborn. We know that there is greater power here than what we had once seen or once expected. And so during this time, we are seeing ourselves transformed not only by the pain that we have been through, but by the wisdom that is coming our way, by the greater insight that we have, and the new ideas that lead us forward. We're not being held back by everybody's opinion anymore, but we're learning how to balance and how to fly to new heights and to embrace new understandings and new desires for our lives and for ourselves. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Tower. We need to be very aware that things are changing. Subconsciously, we have had a blow, and we're still recovering from it. It doesn't matter if this has been 16 years ago or better. It doesn't matter if it happened when we were 16. What matters is that it has affected us, or if it happened 16 months ago, or days. It doesn't matter the time. What matters is the chaos that it's caused. The fact that things have changed, and the way that we thought we saw the world has been irrevocably altered. We're not seeing things the same way. We also need to know if it's caused us to lose sight of what we dream, of what we love, of what we want, and where it is that we truly want to be as we're moving forward in this world, as we're moving forward towards ourselves. Because sometimes when you go through a tower time, you lose your heart for a little bit. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it hardens our hearts. It makes us a little bit tougher in a way that maybe emotionally we don't like. And not maybe. It's like emotionally we can feel uncomfortable with, but we don't know how to change it back. So just be aware of this, that we can be going through a time of great change. And that as we step into that change, we need to step into ourselves and see what we love and see what we want and see where it is that we need to be. But also know that things have affected us more deeply than maybe we've even wanted to admit. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you as we embrace this angel number day. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus, and may you have a blessed angel day.